G'day folks, it's Cortezerino. You may have been wondering, where have I been? It's been a little while since we've done a video. That's not my fault, I blame Christmas. And it's never just one day with my family, like just Christmas. It's always Christmas Eve, we've got to have a get together. Then there's Christmas Day, and then with my wife's extended family, we're constantly running off to other people's houses in the following days. So it is now 2 days after Christmas. I haven't done a video in 6 days. I haven't published anything. And this is the very first chance I've had to record. So the last time we left Dystopia, I'd built the church and we'd built this lovely little garden here. I may have made it a tiny bit overgrown. I might revisit this later and clean it up a bit. But I do love this little rose garden bit here. So when we come up to the next level, we've got roses running all the way around. I'm definitely going to do a little bit more of that. But yeah, guys, I haven't been completely slacking in the last 6 days. If you look between the gap of the buildings, I have put in this building, and I gotta say, I absolutely love this thing, guys. What I was going to do, I was going to make it a bit of a pub or an inn, and so I was putting in a bar down below, and then I was going to put a restaurant up the top, but I realised I've already done that. So if we fly over to the mountain village, we can visit the tavern that I built a very long time ago, just out here in the lovely little quaint town square of the mountain village. But if we come in here, what I've done is we've got a little bar on this side, and then over here we've got a little kitchen area, so everyone can come in here and sit down, and yeah, so I've done that once. I've done the eating restaurant area with a small bar, but I've also done that a second time if we come running around the corner here and up to the ski lodge, which isn't really a lodge because there's no accommodation in it, but that's what I call it. It's like a little luxury sort of place to come and eat once you've done with your skiing. So this one is much the same thing. So down below we've got a big restaurant area here. We've got a little reception desk, and then just through this door here's our kitchenette area for cooking all the meals. And then if we go upstairs, it's party time. We've got a lovely little cool... I absolutely love this place. Lots of seating on wine barrels. We've got the big bar right there, and a little bit of outdoor seating out here. So I had to stop myself because in this new... what am I calling it? I'm calling it the pub. In the new pub, I was just about to do the exact same thing. Have an eating area and a drinking area. But I completely changed my mind, and I just thought, no, this will be the most happening part of town. People are going to come straight out of church and straight into the pub. So we are going to make this super fancy and all about the beers. So we've got the big beer sign out the front here, which is looking super cool. I've got the little side entrance, but we've got another entrance here. Got little notes up there, little bits of paper saying all the things they sell or little events they're having, like live music. So we can come in the front door, and I might actually turn the shaders off because I've got just enough light in here that the beasties aren't going to spawn, but it does get a bit dark, and it does look super cool in here without shaders. Okay, so the first thing you're going to need in a big pub that is all about the beer is some giant novelty beer barrels, or they could be wine barrels, I'm not quite sure. But yeah, these were tricky to put together because I've got the little diagonal rails there, but these rails on the bottom, if I update them in any way whatsoever, they're going to pop off because you have to put the top rail on to get them to go up on an angle like that, and I had the top rail on this trapdoor, put it up there and then broke it, flipped the trapdoor down, and so it just looks like they're hovering on nothing. But yeah, if I even look in the bottom barrel, that's enough to update it, and off they pop. But yeah, anyway, they look super cool. I just can't touch them. And so we've got this one big bar area here to serve the downstairs. So we've got a few more of those little barrel chairs with the stools around them, and then some long tables down here. And yeah, I really like the colours in this. So we've got the green walls on the outside. So on the inside, I've gone for the light grey terracotta. And it's looking very nice. But as we come up the top stairs, and look at this, look where that wall is there. When we come up, this room is a little bit bigger, and that's allowed me to do lots of fancy things like hide some lights in the floor. I don't have to worry about seeing them from the downstairs area. I can put a big fireplace in here. Like, technically, I could put a fireplace on the second floor anyway, but I'm always really worried about having support beams. So all of these beams that you can see right here, all of them are repeated on the bottom floor. So this is structurally sound. I couldn't have a big open space of roof here and then a fireplace on top. It would just fall through the floor. I wouldn't be able to bear it. But anyway, we come up here to the second level. We've got the big fireplace. We've got more seating here. Outside here is nothing special. It's just a little balcony area. We're going to do some stuff down there a bit later on. But yeah, as we round the corner, we've got some more seating here. Then for decoration, we've got all the wine barrels stacked up on the wall there. It's a good little spot for me to hide some hidden lighting. But yeah, round the corner here, this is what I really like. We've got the second bar. And this one, there's not a lot to it, but it does look super cool. It's super convincing, and I love this little bar top here because we've got the big bar runner going all the way across the top, and it's just the perfect place to hide a bunch more lighting in here. So that's all lit up. We've got a bunch more wine barrels there ready to go, some brewing stands on shelves, and then this little alcove here is just under the staircase going to the next level. And we've got a bell up here so we can ring it for happy hour, and all the patrons will come running over to get their cheaper drinks. Let's have a nap. Last thing I want to do is run outside and get blown up by a creeper. I don't think we allowed anything to spawn there. And these windows are cool, having them come all the way to the floor. We'll be able to look out on our lovely city square that we are going to be building this episode. So we're going to be filling in all that area. It's going to look super cool. But yeah, this bar looks absolutely great, and I don't know, I was kind of thinking of getting a bartender in here, but I suppose he'll just jump over the bar top and get out. But yeah, we've got some little bar stools along the edge here, once again because that room down below is a little bit smaller than the room up the top. I've been able to hide some pistons in the floor here, and some more hidden lighting. And then as we come out here, we've just got a little balcony area. You can look out over the river, and a little bit more seating. And finally, there was one more level to fill up. So for up here, I thought that is enough room for drinking. We're going to do some accommodation. So we've got a lovely, great big wide hallway here. And we've got a balcony out the front and out the back, so we can just come and look at. There's a good view from this one, but out the back here, there is not quite as much to see. But you can see a little bit of the mountain village. I think I need to just plant a few trees out the back here and have this a little bit secluded. But we've also done 4 little rooms. We'll stick our heads in, have a look. So I had to try and make all of these look a little bit different. So this one's pretty cool. I've got a nice little lamp in the corner. But that's all there is for that one. What have we got in here? Yep, same sort of setup. Picture, little table, some barrel shelves up the top. That's a pretty cool chair. Let's check out another room. What's in this one? Yeah, nothing special again. I've gone for the turtle egg lamp there. Just trying to make all these a little bit different. Oh, and I've hidden most of the lighting in the edges of the roof. So that is because if I dig down, like if I knock out that slab there, it is just the floor below. And then the final room, got some shelves hanging from chains there. So yeah, very, very hard when you're just building room after room, trying to make them all a little bit different. But this thing is completely done, guys. I'm very happy with it. I think it looks super duper cool. So there's not going to be any mucking around this episode. We are getting straight into the building because I have very, very little time. We are going to put in the big city square here. And I mentioned last episode I am basing this town off an Austrian town called Hallstatt. And I'm not actually trying to recreate the town. I'm just taking inspiration from it and trying to give it the same sort of feel. So some of these buildings are from Hallstatt, like that is the Hallstatt Lutheran Church. But otherwise, yeah, I'm not trying to copy the town, I'm just trying to get inspired by it and make something pretty similar. So I've been looking at photos of the town square in Hallstatt, and there's not a whole lot there. It's pretty much just a little bit of seating and a fountain. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're just going to pave this entire area, and I've got a very nice design idea for a fountain, and we'll put some seating around it, and I think it should look pretty much like, well, not exactly like the square in Hallstatt, but definitely taking inspiration from it. And I've already got one little fountain over here, so it's going to be very different just to set it apart from this one. The fountain itself is going to be much, much bigger, and then we're just not going to do all the greenery around it because, yeah, there's tons around that one. We don't need to do it a second time. And I think as I'm doing that time-lapse, I will just fix up a few little things about this building. I think we need the trees out the back. I also think we need, just where I've got this drain pipe coming down the side of the building, I think I need a tree just in front of that, just to block off the view a little bit, because there's not a lot of detail on the side of the building. And we've got to fill up this space, so have a little walkway going into these doors right here. And I might as well put some seating out here, just a little bit of outdoor seating so people can come out here, sit by the river and drink their beer. There is definitely drinking in public in this town. There's going to be lots and lots of it. And I think the last thing I need to do is the front of this building looks a tiny bit plain. And I think the solution would be quite simple. You see, I've got those lanterns up the top there. They make the front of the top of that building look really good. So I'm just going to put some lanterns along the front there. And I think that will brighten the place up. It will probably melt my little snow layer there. I put some snow just on top of that quartz, just for a bit of extra detail. I guess that will have to go. But anyway, guys, let's get into it. I don't know how long this episode's going to be because I just want to get it done and out to you guys so you know that I am still alive. So let's get building.
We're better off as strangers. Believe me when I say, loving me is loving danger. Your heart is bound to break. I walk alone in the night, neath the pale moon. Loving's for the fools. Baby, beware of my bite. I'm alone, I'm alone, I'm a lone wolf. 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 I'm a lone wolf.
This is growing into a very, very lovely city, guys. I'm quite in love with my world. I almost want to build a huge tower out here just so I can admire this view. And something that was very weird about this Christmas is that everyone was doing barbecues. Every house we went to, they were having a barbie, which isn't unusual in and of itself, but all my in-laws are Southeast Asian, so usually we're having Thai food or Burmese food, but no, it was all barbecues this time, and I'm so glad they did not cook any prawns on the barbie. Prawns are shrimp for my international viewers. We call them prawns, but yeah, I'm glad they didn't cook any prawns because I get into so much trouble when I put the head of the prawn in the bin, because apparently that is the tastiest bit. Even my wife hooks into that. I can quite easily come across her sucking the brains out of a prawn head. Oh, I don't know what's going on there. And my wife even freaked out one Christmas. We went round to her auntie's place, and her auntie was gnawing down on a chicken foot. And my wife's like, that's disgusting. And I'm like, give me the chicken foot over the prawn brains any time. I'm going off on a rant. No, guys. I cooked chili mud crab for my father-in-law one day, and he was very upset that I'd cleaned the brains out of it. Okay, that was a pretty disgusting little side topic to go off on. Let's end that now and get back to the build. But there's one thing I want to mention. I didn't think of it at the start of the video. Something I did with this little park in here. I also added a few more details to the backs of these two houses here, because originally I just figured I would have some other houses right behind them, so you wouldn't really see much details here, so I didn't bother decorating it too much. But oops, don't stand on the sweet berry bushes. Yeah, but because we're going to be able to see it all, I added another little balcony up the top. I think, what else did I do? I did this plant here. That looks pretty cool, actually. I quite like that. And on this house, I mixed in some of these clay bricks in with the terracotta, just to add a little bit more detail. But yeah, that is much nicer to look at than it was before. And of course, I haven't ruined the nice view of the church. I've got all the trees off to one side. So when I eventually put my little road in through here, we're always going to have a nice view of the church. I might have to put a little path in through here though, so you can take a shortcut. Okay, let's actually have a look at what I did in that time lapse. So out the back of the building, just to decorate this plain little area, I've added these two trees in, and it doesn't wreck the view from this back balcony. It actually makes it a lot nicer. A lot nicer that we've got this little bit of greenery around here. And if we come around the side of the building, I've put that other tree in, so even though it's blocking the view of my building there, it's blocking an ugly part, so it looks so much nicer now, I think. And I've kind of copied the chairs from my little park around there. I quite like this design. It's just the smooth sandstone slabs and yeah, the trapdoors all around it. And I think they make lovely little flashes of colour and nice little seating, so I sort of continued that design with all our little flower beds coming around the corner here. And then we've got the big city square, and I've got to tell you guys, that is the best fountain I have ever done. I absolutely love that. Just so it's not a mass of water, I've got two little stone pressure plates up there just to make the water come down on the edges and not absolutely everywhere. And I think that looks really, really nice. And we've got a couple of little plants around and a bit more seating. And just to change it up a bit, in here I've gone for the coral blocks. So it's mostly yellow coral with a little bit of the red coral mixed in here and there. And that just means, like, it'd look a bit boring if I just had the same pattern of paving all the way through. So by having that right in the center, it's just a little feature. And it's a bit easier on the eyes than just plain old cobblestone everywhere. Okay, let's test out the flying skills. Can I land on top of the church? No! Epic fail! Let's give it another try. I'm just going to crash. Boom. Perfect! What a beautiful landing. So there is the aerial view, and I think, yeah, that does look really good. What is my zoom key? That one! Yeah, that looks much nicer. So yeah, just having a mass of coral in the ground actually does look good. I thought about doing patterns, but I thought, no, that would be a little bit too much. So I'm really enjoying doing the Batman thing up on top of the church for the moment. So, or maybe it's a church, so maybe I'm doing a Daredevil. Or maybe I'm just doing references that no one's going to understand. But I think we'll leave it there for today, guys. Short and sweet episode to let you know I'm still here. Whenever you're in doubt, guys, just if your episode's running short, just rag on the in-laws for a while. It works perfectly. So thanks for watching, guys. I'm Cortezerino. I'll see you later.